The message is clear. Spud's message was always clear. To me and others, just talk to your mate. This is his legacy, the great man who we all love here at Fox Footy, and the broader community love him as well. Yeah, had his issues, he did, the big fella, the champ, who we always thought was up and about and had life sorted, but clearly he had some things that he needed to get off his chest. He was good at talking most of the time, and at other times he wasn't. We're going to push this message hard on Saturday night. Pick up the phone, say, Brownie, how you going, mate? And you go, I'm going well. Good, thanks. Great. Nick, I might need to have a chat. It's as simple as that, and that's what the message is about. Time to talk Saturday night, Saints and Demons.
Gary Lyon gave this beautiful context on the couch last night. Spud's jumper, which we put up to auction in support of what's about to transpire. And two ambassadors, two men who'll get to play in this special event. Angus Brayshaw, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Tim Membry, great to have you on board.
Thanks for having me.
Is it building to something? I mean, it feels like it's going to be a really special night.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, it's pretty close to my heart with it. Danielle, obviously my better half, being right in the middle of it and seeing it pretty up close. So certainly special to be a part of, and I think as well the broader impacts it has on a lot of society. It makes it it sort of adds a bit of weight to it. So very lucky to be a part of it. I think obviously the Saints get a look in because he's a champion of the club, but Melbourne, it's just lucky that the fixture's fallen the way it has. So look forward to taking the most of the advantage.
Will it be special to pull the Saints jumper on Saturday night?
Yeah, definitely. Knowing Spud quite personally, was assistant coach at the club when I was there, and I'm there, and to see what the club's doing now in memory of him and this great, cause going towards the Spud's game. It's just going to be a great honour to pull the jumper on.
Is it more than just a game of footy this week, boys, in that sense?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, it's really important and close to our hearts at the club. And he was a champion, not only just for the club, but for the game. And it's going to be, really important just to get the message across. It's time to talk, and that's what we want to do. Certainly in this day and age, it's really important.
You've been, obviously, as you mentioned, through Danielle, you've lived this whole journey with them. How much courage has it taken the family to embark on this mission to honour Spud's legacy through the Time to Talk game? Yeah,
a tremendous amount. I think the pain's never going to go away. It's still raw, and what I really admire is they're now using it to affect positive change. And as for being bigger than a game, like mental health affects so many people in footy, but also in society. So I think that the courage they're showing is it's unbelievable, and being up next to it and close to it's really inspiring. So the Melbourne Football Club boys are raising a bit of money, so are the Saints boys, and I think it should inspire everyone just to do a little bit to help out a mate. It doesn't have to be much. It's just a little conversation could make all the difference. How
much have you seen that grow in your time through the lens of footy? So in the 7 years you've been in the system. Yeah,
reflecting on my time, it's probably come in the last 2 or 3, maybe 4 years, that's really been put into focus for me. I guess you come into the league, you're just thinking about getting a game and, getting another contract or whatever it may be. But now I think probably with a few years of experience, I start seeing things a little bit differently and looking out for a few different signs, and probably I'm a bit more aware, a bit more educated about it now. So I think that's probably the key, I reckon, education, giving people the tools to sort of help out, because I'm sure everyone does want to help, but it's hard to, do if you've got no idea where to start. So I think the Time to Talk slogan is it's really simple, and it really does make a difference.
Have you seen that evolve pretty rapidly in recent times?
Yeah, definitely. I think, the club now has a full-time club psychologist at the club, and clearly it's just important. I think early on it was part-time, but now, seeing, close to us with Paddy Ryder, where he's at the moment, it's just really important. And for everyone just to show a little bit of support, whether it's, like Angus said, just how are you going or something like that, it can really go a long way.
Are you at all concerned as players with the caps that have come in and the reduced spend? So you spoke about the full-time staff, and do you sense there might be a bit of a danger there as players that with reduced capacity and reduced staff and all of that this might take away the ability for clubs to handle mental health and some of the associated problems? Is that real?
Look, I think without speaking for the Saints, our psych has stayed on full time, so it's not that no one's sacrificing in that area. And I think, as I sort of touched on, more education and sort of awareness is coming to this stuff. So it's not only on this club psych. You might have a really close mate at the club who you can tell's off or something's not quite right. And I think, as I said, the more education you get, the more people will be able to help. And I don't think anyone's going to slip through the cracks as a result of these cuts because. Psych's there, but also we're learning more day by day. So games like this really help that.
There's some lovely ways to be involved in the match. Here's the golden fish. So Macca's is donating $200 for a ring.
So you had to have it in there, didn't you?
Yeah.
You had to.
So
Bang!
every time you get spoiled, that's $200 for the merchandise, which, Tim, you're sporting
It's a
there, the
small
cap and the
consolation,
T-shirts.
mate.
Yeah.
You can donate Movember.com/Spud and you can bid for this jumper, which is on the desk, the limited edition. Number 2 of 240, the only one unsold. So join us, AFL 360 at foxsports.com.au to put your bids in. Only one on a footy front. We spoke to Christian about Melbourne. How big was Sunday in those slogging final stages to get that win?
Yeah, it was a great result. Going up there on the plane, we weren't sure how hairy it was going to be, but to be able to go up there, I guess up against it, a couple of players out, a couple of key players out, and to get the win and come home with the 4 points is just a great result. It's the way we wanted to start our season.
Can you do us a favour? Can you identify the culprit who was playing golf with Max King, who hit one out of the hosel and put him into the concussion protocol? Just do us a favour.
I don't want to throw him under the bus, but he was maybe a next teammate of ours, so that's
Is that right?
That's all I'll give you.
All right, I'll get to work on that one.
I wonder.
Yeah.
Tim, it's great to see you. Well done on the weekend. Angus, thanks for sharing that very personal story with us tonight.
Happy to have it.